We're currently stood outside the main gates to Uppingham Cairo.
Oh no, Tom, I've forgotten my battery card.
Robyn, we don't have battery cards. We have Face ID.
No chance of me losing that then. Hi, my name's Robyn Harrison and I left Uppingham 2 years ago.
And my name's Tom Castle and I left Uppingham last year. We are this year's hosts of What's Up in Cairo. The idea is that Robyn and I, every so often, will post videos to offer greater insight into what's happening in Uppingham Cairo, which we will then post on UpNet.
For our first episode, we've decided to do a tour of the school.
We hope that this means that you guys can see what Uppingham Cairo looks like.
We are now stood inside the 1584 building.
This is home to the admissions department. As you can see, we've brought across many key landmarks from Uppingham, UK.
Oh, hi sir.
Mr. DeVette.
We are now sat in the quad, the central point of Uppingham Cairo. There are many differences between Uppingham UK and Uppingham Cairo. For example, I've never had to wear sunglasses at school before.
And in the UK, I never needed to put on sun cream. Robyn, is it all rubbed in?
Yeah. We are now stood outside the Robert Johnson building, home to our youngest Uppinghamians ever.
Guys, did you know that Robert Johnson was the person who founded the school in 1584? In Uppingham, England, there's only one swimming pool, but in Uppingham, Cairo, we have two.
We are currently stood in the nurturing ground of the youngest Uppinghamians, and you might be able to hear they are on their break time.
At Uppingham in the UK, Edward Thring has his own statue. Here in Cairo, he's got a whole building named after him.
We are now stood in front of the Edward Thring building, home to the dining room, a giant chessboard, and our house common rooms.
Did you know that Edward Thring was like our greatest headmaster?
Of course I did, Tom. We are now sat in the dining room, where we have formal lunches like that in the UK.
The food here is pretty good. This week I think I've had sushi,
Salmon teriyaki,
tiramisu.
cheesecake.
Yeah, it's nothing special. I've heard that in the UK over the past few weeks it's been raining pretty heavily. Not to brag or anything, but here it rains so little that we don't even have a roof.
Tom, come on. Stop talking about the weather. We're going to miss house call out. We are now on the top floor of Thring, home to our 4 houses.
It's quite a long walk up to house call out.
It's like being in a hill house. Yeah. In Uppingham Cairo, we have 4 houses. Johnson's,
Farley,
Fairfield,
and Brooklands.
We are now sat in Brooklands house. Our role as gap assistants is to be house captains for the houses this year for Uppingham Cairo's opening.
We're going to be doing all of the normal house events that you'd expect to see at Uppingham UK. From House Shout to the Ralph, and actually our first round of House Challenge is this afternoon, with Johnson's, my house, going up against Fairfield. I've written all the questions. I hope to be able to do as good a job as Mr. Kirk, although hopefully my questions aren't as hard, given they're 13.
We might not be in the countryside of Rutland, but that hasn't stopped Uppingham Cairo from getting a school farm.
It may not be the tweed jackets and the cattle and the sheep that we're used to at the livestock show, but here we have tortoises and peacocks. Perhaps not as famous or influential to England as Edward Thring, we are now stood outside the Queen Elizabeth II building.
The Queen Elizabeth II building is home to our junior school library, our climbing wall and many music rooms. Would you like to have a look? The climbing wall is used in our Upstart and Up and Out programme, which is the extensive co-curricular programme here at Uppingham Cairo.
This is the Queen Elizabeth II library, one of the 2 libraries we have at the school. Mr. Pryor, I want you to know that we start them reading here from a very young age. Robyn, have you got anything to add? I think she's busy.
So Tom, where are we going next?
I think we should go to the sports hall in the theatre.
What? Past the squash court, paddle court, and football pitch.
Almost like I've planned it.
We are now stood on the football pitch as the school have partnered with Chelsea Football Centre for their academy programme. Here in Cairo, looking for the next Mo Salah.
Looking for the next Mo Salah isn't the only thing we're doing on this pitch though. We're also on the quest to find many more mighty moths.
This is the entrance to the theatre at Uppingham Cairo. The Barbara Matthews building, the first female to ever have gone to Uppingham, UK.
We may not have congas here at Uppingham Cairo on a Friday, partly because it's our weekend, but every Tuesday, everybody here gathers for what's called the Big Sing. I'm now stood on the stage at Uppingham Cairo. Over to you, Robyn. Luckily, we offer music lessons at Uppingham Cairo with many practice rooms, so people can get better at their instrument. We are now stood outside the UCSC.
The sports centre here at Uppingham Cairo is called the Donald Campbell Building. Donald went to Uppingham 100 years ago and was a brilliant sports person and engineer, embodying Thring's holistic education philosophy.
Should we take a look inside?
Come on. We are now in the sports hall.
As gap assistants, as well as helping out with the houses, we also help out here a lot with PE lessons.
We've helped out all the way from the nurseries, What's the Time, Mr. Wolf, to the NBA Basketball Schools Academy in the evenings.
Some are better than others.
I'm so happy.
I'm now stood in the school gym. One of the many clubs we run here is strength and conditioning. Around the outside of our gym we have our indoor running track, and the view you'd get from the treadmill would be the swimming pool.
Thank you so much for watching the first episode of What's Up in Cairo.
We've enjoyed being able to show you the school, and we hope that you'll tune in for our next episode.
And cut!
I tell you what, Tom, I do miss the view of the middle.
Yeah, I've got to agree. The view here just isn't the same, really.